For the first time, libraries across Niagara are banding together for a region-wide book club. Readers in all 12 municipalities have been invited to read this book. It's called Care Of, a collection of correspondence to and from storyteller and social activist Ivan Coyote. Kathryn Drury from the Grimsby Library joins us. Kathryn, how was this book chosen over other competitors?
So we have representatives from all of the public libraries in Niagara, as well as Niagara College and Brock University. So we all submitted ideas for books that we thought would be a good candidate for a community reads program. And we all voted, and this book was the one that reached the most votes, and we're just so thrilled that we're sharing this with our community in Niagara.
It's kind of a different book because of its structure. It's people's emails and letters to Ivan Coyote and Ivan Coyote's responses back to them.
Right. At the beginning of the pandemic, Ivan, who is, very busy and on the road and doing performance most of the time, like most of us, was, the rug was pulled out from under us and had to do something different. And so Ivan went back into their treasure trove of correspondence and started pulling out letters and emails that they had always intended on responding to, and decided that they could put this together into a book.
That pandemic angle, was that part of the decision?
Not really. When we talked about doing a book, we wanted to stay away from the pandemic entirely. And so initially this book was disqualified because someone had said it takes place during the pandemic. But then when we read it, we realized it was written during the pandemic, but it's nothing about the pandemic at all.
Many of the letters to Ivan predated the pandemic. They just found the time during the pandemic to actually answer them.
That's right. So, Ivan found that they had time on their hands, and so they pulled out these letters, and it's just wonderful to read the letters, emails, pieces of correspondence from people who have attended Ivan's events, but then to, read the response from Ivan. Such thoughtful responses to situations that people are dealing with, whether they are trans or they're gay, they've come out, they haven't, how their family is reacting to the situation.
Those are the ones that I found very poignant. I'm about 2/3 through the book, and the letters to Ivan from parents of transgender children, those are the ones that are really, really important for people to read, I think.
Absolutely. And Ivan is a beautiful writer. So I would encourage anyone to read this book, not just because it's the Niagara Reads program, but because the writing is beautiful, and you will gain understanding of what other people are experiencing in their lives.
Each of Niagara's libraries will be holding or have been holding book club meetings. Yours is coming up.
Actually, we've already had ours. So in Grimsby, we had ours a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So we had a group of women who attended our book club, and we talked for 2 hours about the book, and it was very well received. People were so thrilled to have been introduced to the book, because it's not something that they would, otherwise have picked up, right? So by having something in a one book, one community event like ours, it exposes people to something that they may never have read otherwise. And
Ivan will be in town as well next week.
That's right. So our culminating event, so we launched the event in January, and so we've been doing some programming and book clubs, but Ivan will be in Niagara on Wednesday, March the 29th. The event will take place at Brock University. It starts at 7 o'clock. And tickets, you need a ticket to attend, but tickets are free. So please go to our Eventbrite page and get a ticket, and we'd love to see you next week.
Still have some books available to sign out at the Grimsby Library?
Absolutely. We have copies available in both hardcover, but we also have ebook copies. So if that's how you like to read, it's available.
I encourage you to get out and pick up a copy of this and read it, and maybe go and see Ivan on Wednesday the 29th. Kathryn, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.